Alright, what's cracking? So, I've done a little bit more that you probably didn't see, but now I'm just going to work on stuff like the sling loop and stock, and a bunch of other things that are just sitting around. So looking pretty good so far, what we've done. Looking through the sites right now. I have a little bit too much of that pixely wear on the sites. So right now that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of some of that. Because too much of that pixely grunge looks really ugly. And by really ugly, I mean really ugly. So, now I'm going to go over and do some minor scrapes. The sites are something that gets, they get scraped up a lot. They're really sticking out. So just going back over this. And just gonna duplicate some of this over and move it down, whatnot. I really like how the scrapes came out on this part. Just gonna go in and kind of tweak it a little bit more. And I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm going crazy. Oh man. Oh, because accidentally when I moved the selection, I didn't have my colors set right. So now I'm just gonna flip it, and there we go. That's correct. So now on the other side, it's okay. So I'm just gonna add in a little bit of nicks and whatnot. And yeah. I'm just going over and kind of deleting small bits and stuff, saving it out, seeing what that's like. And just taking a look. And cleaning up the top section of the sites. So just adding scrapes to the top just to match the sides and add a little bit of consistency there. And just scanning over the texture to see what I can do next. And looking over to see where else the noise was screwed up at. So just checking everything over again, and I'm gonna start scraping up the trigger guard and whatever else is in this area. I believe that's the thing in the front of the rear sights. Dude, I don't know. Yeah, just doing the front where the magazine release assembly is, and tasty. Deselect and whatnot. Because there's stuff in that middle area I don't want to do anything with. And I also need to duplicate stuff. Just like that. A lot of duplicating going around here. And they need to go higher, obviously. Or be more thick, whatever. Either one works. Do 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 do. Just going over this more, trying to see what that little error is. I guess it's something in the normal. I'll clean that up. I didn't even see that before. I don't think anybody ever will. So I think I might have just kept it in. And have one of these cookies. Homemade cookies. Cookies. So, while I eat these cookies, you're good. Okay, I'm done eating this cookie. Anyway, what I did there, I just cleaning up some more scrapes on the receiver, because I caked them on pretty thick, so I needed to go back and do a little bit of stuff to them to make them look cleaner. And checking out some of the rivet thingy, pins, whatever. Looking at the scrapes there, going back. Always check it out from FPS view, because that's going to be what you're going to be seeing it from half the time. Or actually 90% of the time. I tend to get into this really bad rut and of making stuff from the side and completely forgetting about FPS view. And so when you, well, especially with like sci-fi and concept stuff, I tend to forget that stuff is viewed from FPS view. And stuff tends to look really boring when I design it from a side view rather than an FPS view. I hope you kind of got what I was saying. Do 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 do. and scraping up this button just a little bit, not too much. And now I'm doing the top a little bit more heavier. There we go. That's not bad. A couple of videos back, I think I mentioned that I modeled that button thingy wrong. I should have added a couple more triangles to that to make it look better, but I didn't. And it seems to look okay, but it's not. Well, it could be better. I think still a couple more tries to add to the silhouette. Now I'm going to add some really, really realistic text onto this. Like, really realistic. I mean, it's so realistic and accurate to the real thing. And just fixing up the font size and whatnot. And trying to think of anything else I need to add to that. I need to change the opacity and whatnot, but I added a happy face. I went on Google and I found the code to do happy faces, so I added a happy face, because, you know, happy faces. Yay. I like happy faces. So there's our ultra-realistic text that we just added, or I just added. It's got a happy face, so it's better than realism. You heard it here first, folks. Realism is better than happy faces are better than realism. So, heading over to my favorite website ever, and grabbing an image duct tape. Now here I'm trying a failed experiment, which I figured I would show you because it's kind of interesting, and I figured I should narrate this a little bit as well. The tape on the magazine, I was trying to do something kind of interesting here, and trying to add some tape to make things a little bit more appealing. But it ended up really failing. One of the reasons was because of seams. Just because I couldn't get it to look right either. It never came out right. I could do it like that, but I don't want it. I want to do 2 strips. And when 2 strips get mirrored, they don't look good. If you're going to ever do tape on a magazine, make sure you don't mirror your stuff. You uniquely unwrap the magazine. And yeah, doing some weird methods to make this. I've never been good at making tape. So you can either skip this section or watch it and hope you learn something. It's not really anything interesting. But I guess it's good to learn off other people's mistakes, huh? So you don't have to make them yourself. Although you should probably make them yourself because it's cool. So I'm just adding squiggly marks and rando. There's a paintbrush I have it really mimics hand painting, and it really mimics a marker really well. I see it used a lot. I'm just trying to find it, and that's not the one either. So I'm just using a little round brush, adding some rando text. I don't know. And just scaling it down a bit. Dude, I don't know. It failed really hard. So I was trying to just add a little bit of an inner glow. Yeah, this section does not look good. Now I've done like painted text like this in the past, and I've gotten it to look pretty good, but I just need to find that brush again. I spent way too much time on this little section here. Yeah, I wasted a lot of time. So, yeah, look at that. It does not, it looks too flat right now, and I think that discouraged me. See, I'm just trying to find that brush again. And I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's a really nice brush. It works great. It works really good on diffuse lit stuff, but I've never found it good on current gen stuff. So if you happen to be working on the Half-Life 1 engine, then this is for you. If you happen to be in 2009, then this is probably not interesting to you. Just trying it with some like random numbers and whatnot. If you're making mirrored text, here's a tip. Use numbers that are reversible, like 8 or 0. Or I don't know, like some typefaces use 1, and that's okay. Yeah, so I just used like 88 as an example, and it came out really, really bad. I'm sure if I worked on it for a little bit more time, I could probably get it right, now that I find the brush. Now that I gave up on that, I'm just cleaning up what stuff that's near there. I kind of like to work it with regions. So, scratching up the bottom of the magazine, which is metal. I don't think it's actually metal in the real thing, but it is now. I changed it. I've changed reality. This ain't no game. That'd be the subtitle. If it was like a movie or something. Oh man. this part. I believe this is the yeah, this is the stock thingy. Sorry, I'm talking to people. God, tend to my MSN hose and stuff. Dude, I don't know, man. Still going back into editing the receiver. Just really putting a lot of care into the receiver. So it's a bit smoother. I'm just trying to get get rid of some of the stretchiness, like the details that are stretchiness on the, oh, that's ugly. Yeah, the stretchy details on this area, the stretchy area. So that's pretty good. Pretty smooth. And I'm going to quickly focus on the stock, I think, soon. And doing some of the scrapes on whatever this thing is. I think it's like this little tab or something that's on the front near the sights. So yeah, basically the same method for everything for scrapes pretty much. And on stuff that isn't essential, I don't do the 1 pixel eraser stuff just because it's just to save time. Yes, that's that piece. And do the bottom. And see what else is around that I can texture. Let's see. So what's these things? So I think shortly I'm going to stop texturing the metal and go for the foregrip and the revamp the pistol grip some more, because just showing you this all the time is kind of boring, even though I really enjoy doing all this for hours on end. And yeah, just doing the scrapes for this stock adapter. And for this folding stock hinge thingy, kind of don't want it to be too scraped up. And now I'm doing the sights, the front sights. Those should be kind of scraped up. Because those are way out in the open. So yeah, if you haven't noticed, and I've already told you this is a pretty extreme example of grunge. And you might think, oh well, it needs more. Well, no, it needs actually a lot less. Because with textured metal, less is often more. I know that sounds stupid, but you don't need to overload it with a ton of crap. It's very, very essential that you keep everything simple, keep everything flat. Just color defines your surface, and I'm trying to think. Yeah, your color, smoothness, reflection, and stuff like that really helps sell your texture. And just please don't overdo the grunge. I hate when people do it. It makes me want to rage. So doing the front side some more and copying and pasting all this jazz to the other side. And just pasting that in there. There we go. So now if we, if we flip this around, doing the front and back portions of the sight, sight. That's my favorite part of the gun, the sight. So for whatever reason that section is around, but it kind of looks cool. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be perfectly flat. But it's not. Oh well. Too much talking. Too much talking in a low voice because it's like 12 a.m. here, midnight. Going through doing the flash hider stuff real quick for you. Give you a quick little rundown. So doing some really random grunge here. The scrape's still kind of uniform, if you can see it, see the pattern. Kind of following that edge that is popped up there. And now going through it, and not making it crap. Alright, let's see how that looks. Not bad. Scrapes could be moved a little bit. And remove some more stuff, add some more stuff. So I need some more in the middle. I have another one of these cookies, because I forgot all about these cookies. It's good cookies. Alright, no more cookies. So now I'm getting rid of this black blob. I don't know why this is here. So it's to make this not just go away completely, because I kind of want to keep a little bit. I took my scrapes brush and erased part of it. Then I just used push, smudge, whatever. So now I'm moving up these horizontal scrapes so that they hit the edge that I want them to. Our bake on the flash hider came out really nice. came out really nice and smooth. None of the you can see how the rays cast properly, and there's no silhouette difference at all. Looks great. Alright. Getting better. And just making the inside of that flash hider perfectly black. There's no reason anybody should be looking in the into the barrel anyway. So we're just doing the actual edge of the flash hider now, instead of just doing the little barrel thingy. The flared edge. Yeah, I like that. And doing some more directional scrapes and whatnot. And with these, I think I went over them with the, going over with the 1 pixel. Really getting that nice look. A nice streaky, leaky, streaky look. Go over them really fast. Be kind of cool pen velocity setting in Photoshop or something. So when you go over stuff really fast in Photoshop, it like scrapes more off or whatever. It gets more intense. That'd be kind of cool. You might already have that in there, but I don't use my tablet enough. It's like all I'll use it for is scrapes. It just feels a lot more natural. I don't do enough painting as it is. Any diffuse work I can do with my mouse. I mean, I have Logitech G5 right now. I'm actually on my second one. I need to replace the other one too, because the wire went for the second time in a row. But this mouse is accurate enough that I can do all my painting with it. So now I'm adding a little bit of color to miscellaneous parts, such as this little tube that holds together the, I believe, the magazine release assembly. And I think I'm almost done with this section, so I'm gonna peace out. I think I might have fast forwarded a bit too, and because I did the stock here too. I didn't see myself do the stock. Anyway, peace. Hey, it's me again. So this is our texture so far, or at least my texture is like this so far, and it's going pretty well. I'm really happy with it at this stage. I've yet to send it out to people for critique or anything, other than a couple people very early on, earlier in the day when I went for my lunch break, and it's now about 12 a.m. or so, and I'm just working on this for fun. I went out for ice cream. It was awesome. So now I gotta do this wood foregrip here. And right now I also need to do that, but whatever. Yes, I need to do the wooden foregrip. Now, wood is something that I'm not the best at. I will openly admit that I am not very good at creating wood textures. I'm saying wood textures because I don't want to take it out of context. Okay? So this is our wood photo. I know a bunch of people are going to bitch at me for using a photo, but if it works, then it works. So I'm going to make a new group. It's going to be called Wood, and I'm going to drag my photo into this. and I'm gonna try and place it, relatively okay. I didn't UV this foregrip exactly how I should have for like optimal texturing performance or something, but I think it'll do. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna roughly place this photo. I'm gonna duplicate it and flip horizontally and get it about where it should be. Alright. It needs to go down up a little bit. Okay, and I'm gonna duplicate it again, and man, I really should have used symmetry on this foregrip, but too late now. So I'm just gonna do half of this foregrip, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna see what I can do. So I'm just gonna roughly place this and trash this because it's getting in the way. Alright, whatever. So now we've got this applied. Let's see how this looks on the model. Alright, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. That looks like wood. Alright, that's something. Yeah, that's not bad at all. So this obviously looks a little bit too much like a fine wood. And we need to do a little bit of editing, alright? And also, we need to add some directional grain in. So what we need to do is we need to go and enable our wireframe overlay on a very light opacity so we can see what we're doing. Alright, now let's get started. We can do a little bit of clone stamping to get this top section. How wood foregrips are assembled is that they're assembled in layers, basically. But they're basically a bunch of panels of wood, and then they're just glued into place and then carved. I believe that's how they're created. Somebody told me that once. Alright, so now we've got this, and I'm going to take out this knot because it's annoying. And on the bottom, we're going to have to just do everything ourselves. Okay, so now I'm going to add a new layer. I'm going to call it black stripes. And I'm just going to take a regular old paintbrush at like 5, okay, it's going to have to be bigger sized than that's for sure. And I'm going to get my mouse, and I'm just going to run some lines up and down here. Oh wait, it's gotta be a softer brush, that's for sure. And get some nice directional stripes in here. Okay, let's see. Now we're gonna go and we're gonna decrease the opacity of this. And let's go disable this and see how it looks. Oh. I pressed the button too fast. Alright, that's not bad. If you can see it, we've added some more realistic looking panel type stripes, I guess you could say. Sort of. And I need to move it over because it's too far over to one side. And so now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to transform it. I'm going to scale it way down. I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm going to erase some of the garbage because when it got overlapped, it did some ugly stuff. Alright, now let's see how that looks. That looks nice. At least I think. So we can increase the opacity and see how it looks. Let's merge these two layers first because I want to control them both at the same time. So now I'm going to add a mask and do a little bit of wear and tear on these stripes. Just take whatever this brush is, I don't care. And just, I don't know why these stripes would be worn down, but, who cares? It looks good, right? That's my philosophy. Alright, so I don't know how that looks, but okay, whatever. So now what we need to do is we need to add some of those kinds of stripes to this part here, this hand grip portion. So we need to go back and enable our wireframe overlay. And need to find even where the contour is. I can't even see that. Oh man. And alright. Crap, I can't. I'm not doing good right now. I'm not doing good at this, at least. So I'm just gonna make one stripe, and I'm just gonna copy and paste it because I'm so lazy. Whoops. Okay, so I'm gonna copy and paste that once more. Just because I can. And I'm gonna, I'm gonna get rid of some of this. Use this big old selection tool right here. Whoops, I don't know what I just did. Oh god. And I'm copying, whoa, no. Select it and copy and drag. And flip horizontally. And kinda line it up. Give it my best shot. Alright, that kinda looks okay, but we need to make that brown, just flat brown, so none of the grain that's already there gets in the way. Grain be gone. So I'm just gonna sample some of this color. There we go. Just sample some of that. And kinda bring that around in here. I like to use a combination of painting and photos for wood. I find it's faster and easier. And some people, there's a couple people that I know, no names, that are gonna yell at me for this. Alright, so I'm gonna save that and see how that is. Well, that's not bad. It could be better though. So what I need to do is I need to break up these just stripes as they're looking right now. So I'm gonna get my mask out, and I'm gonna grab a 2-pixel brush, I think. 3, that works. And I'm just gonna, I'm gonna turn the opacity down first. Hey folks, I'm back. Sorry about the break that you probably didn't even know existed because I just went out for a little bit. So anyway, what I did was I used a 1-pixel brush on a mask, and I started erasing stuff. So I did that in a second. Basically, here's what I did. I just took this brush, I went around here, and just started erasing the edges. So I'm actually going to keep that because that looked pretty nice. And then what I did is I took the brightness contrast thing, and on the mask, I increased the brightness so that the contrast of these stripes went down. So that's that. And now we need to go and we need to re-add them on the bottom. So in order to do that, we need to enable our wireframe overlay again. Then we need to take a brush of some sort. And we need to start painting. So first it would help if I turn my opacity up. I also need to change the brush size down a little bit. Okay. So now I'm going to just copy and paste and do the exact same thing as I just did for the rest of it. Now this section won't be seen as much, so I'm not going to pay as much attention to it. I'm going to save it. I saved this scene a couple times as backups, so that way in case Photoshop or Max or something decides to corrupt your texture, nothing will happen, because it'll happen, you'll just only lose 20 minutes of work instead of 2 hours. So now I'm going to select that again, and I'm going to do the same thing, yada yada yada. Eraser, or not eraser. I don't know what I'm doing right now because I'm tired. Alright, do the same thing, get nice rough. Now the wood really you need to concentrate on the diffuse, but also like the specular and bump are really gonna bring this thing out more than anything. So I'm gonna turn the contrast down and get to where I want. Alright, so save it out as a TGA and check it out here. Oh, oops, wireframe off. That would help. I've done that too many times. So now you probably won't be able to see it on your screen, but I can sort of see it. What we need to do is we need to make this larger, and we need to do that by going and painting it on, and we can copy and paste it, that works too. Define my layer first. That might help. And I need to duplicate it, flip it. And, do the exact same thing as I just did. Burn it up a little bit. Alright, whatever, that looks good enough, I think. And I'm gonna go look at my reference picture again, just to take a look at how it's finished. And alright, look at that right there. So these grain lines need to go up higher. So I'm gonna just do that again, nice and easy, like. Copy the mask, because that's also easier than repainting it. Let's just see how that works. That's good. You can see it now. So I'm gonna open this. Oops. Sometimes I'm too quick with my selections and then I screw up. So I'm gonna copy up the mask first. And copy up the grain itself. And we can see how that looks now. Whatever, I don't care. Alright, that's high enough. So now I'm gonna save this out and take a look at my ref again. You can see this is a really bright orange. It's really intense, and that's how the wood itself actually looks. It's not deep, and you can see it's usually really intense, like from these pictures. So we're gonna add some layers and see what we can do to make it look more like our reference pictures. Because even though this does look okay as it is, let's save it out again and see what it looks like without wireframe. Yeah, it looks definitely, I think, more than okay without any kind of intensity stuff. But we still need to add some wear and tear and stuff, but that's not going to happen until we get our coloring right. I'm just going to select it up. Actually, I'm going to use the template selection tool or whatever, I don't care. And see what we can do to this. It's a really intense color, so let's take this and add a little bit more yellow. That's a color right there. Alright, and fool around with the color. These settings overlay might work. What does darken do? Nothing. Alright, soft light will work. Then I'm going to use the mask to kind of not, have this not uniform and kind of get this color relatively random. So a lot of this color and useless, this weird stuff is also going to go on the bump for whatever reason. Alright, so now it looks more orange, and that's okay. So I think I'm just gonna say screw it and just do the freaking grunge, because I'm getting tired now. Oh, also, what I can do is I can do some hatch. I'm starting to spell stuff wrong. And it's so late. I'm just gonna paint a little paint on top of these. Alright, so paint on top of these, and I'm going to add, I'm going to go to color, match color, source is apple birch, color intensity, whatever. Do it my way. Oh, friggin' color overlay. And then brighten it way up. This is way easier. Just turn that down and turn the blend mode. Screw with the blend mode. Can use. Basically, what I want to do is I want to get this. Yeah, there we go. I want to get this looking lighter but more contrasted, if that makes any sense. Use the mask to grunge that. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do first? I'm gonna select that. Oh, and I'm gonna do brightness contrast. That looks like crap, so. Oops. Basically, because in that area, like, it's lighter. That's the only thing I can see, really. Let's see how that looks. And I'm going to use this at a lower opacity and kind of lay that on. Okay, that looks more. Yeah, that's nice. Grungy. Alright. That's pretty much exactly how I wanted it. It also needs to be a little bit on the top. But not too much, because the top is more major. Big old brush here. Just painterly brush. That's okay. Yeah, that's kind of ugly, I think, actually. Let's undo some of this garbage. Yeah, let's turn down the opacity and kind of work with it a little bit more. See what I can do with it. If not, then we'll just keep the grain the way it is. I'll trial and error here. We can just change this to a curves layer. Actually, levels works. Let's do auto, see what it does. Just for laughs. Oh man. Now we're blowing the curves. That's about the same effect. That looks a lot better, I think. I'm gonna bring out the stripes again. I'm gonna up the opacity on that. I'm also gonna see what I can do here with maybe inner glow or something. Turn the size way down.
get some color in there. Maybe. Alright, so that's overall a lot worse. Wrong brush. Or something. Alright, that's about good. Fix up some of this ugly blob mess that's going on. Paint some more grain, be gone. Kinda like how that looks. It's a little too yellow on this side. Whoops. Did I do the other side by accident? Yeah, I probably did. Yeah, I did. Oh man. What is going on? Go edit the stripes layer a little bit. Get rid of some contrast. That's good enough. I don't care by now. Let's get this done. So now I'm gonna add some grunge into the wood. I think that, yeah, it looks okay. Not bad. So I'm gonna add grunge like 4 reels, man. Whoops, that was supposed to be grunge 1. And, I'm gonna use this brush that I keep using, because it's a good brush. And I'm gonna weather it down a little bit. Alright, that's not too bad. Let's take a look at our reference again. Oh wow, that's really colorful, huh? So now we're going to try to add a little bit of random color into this. No, not gradient, that's not right. Maybe we can use that, maybe? Maybe we can get some this color in here. That might work. Oh man, that's grunge the hell out of. That's not bad actually. Whoa, that's really weathered. Let's see how that is. Whoa. I'm gonna need to desaturate all this. Man, this is crazy. It's at -20. And save that out. I just want to see this. That's actually pretty nice. I kind of like that. You can see it's really nice and weathered. And I'm gonna really bring out this this on the bump, or on the normal rather, because bump goes into normal for me. Yeah, it's not bad. It's got a lot of fine detail. And it's a little bit cloudy, but let me turn this. I'll use the lightness tool and brighten that up a little bit, just by 2. That works. Turn a little bit more saturated. Get the play-by-play. Up to nice round values. It's not contrasted enough now. Just keep adding layers. Just be glad we're not hand painting all this. Like, not in Photoshop, I mean like on a canvas. Like for reals. Alright, I like that. That's how it's going down here. And it looks like wood to me, right? Looks like wood to you, I think, right? And these grain lines are going to be really emphasized on the thing. Oh, wordsmith again. I'm just going to get rid of wrong color. I'm doing that way too much lately. Oh, is it just gonna keep going back and forth, huh? Sure, you know what? Delete it all. When in doubt, start over. Man, I do this way too much. It's not fun. But hey, whatever. Gets the job done, right? Black stripes are going to be up yet again. And I think this is going to be it. Too much. Bring it down to 55. Okay, and add a little bit of white grunge. Using the same old brush. Save it out and alright, calling the wood done. That's it. Can't stand it anymore. And you know, it looks okay, I think. So now that's everything on the diffuse. And you can see, because this has just the diffuse and the specular slot right now, that everything looks pretty okay, I think. It doesn't look bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the specular map right now. It's now 1 AM. By the way, just saying. Actually, something I should, I've really been meaning to do. Just giving some personality to this thing. Like, you don't want it just to be a random gun. Like, you want this thing to have some character. And, like, this thing should, I know it sounds probably hella stupid, but, it should tell a story, you know? Like, it should have tape or whatever to show, age and whatever. It should have some sort of personal markings, whatever. I don't, you know, it needs something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this old piece of tape here that I have off CG Textures, and I'm going to bring it way up top here above everything into the normal map stuff layer. And I'm going to find it, and oh crap, what did I just do? Oh, I'm moving everything. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this top area, and I'm just going to wrap it around this section. I'm going to select these, and I say select similar, and then I'm going to say grow. Alright, that functions. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to shrink that and cut this down because it's too big. And I'm going to decrease the opacity and bring it to the side and let's rotate it for fun of it. Bring up the opacity because we can. I need to bring up the tolerance. Give it a drop shadow for some depth. So I'm going to duplicate it and merge. And save this out to see how that looks. Right. That does not look bad at all. Let's take a look at the bottom. Okay, sure. That works. I'm gonna duplicate this down. And I'm gonna slightly modify this. Maybe I'll rotate it. Who knows? Maybe we're just crazy. Maybe who knows? Oops, I just merged them by accident. Well, not by accident, but because I forgot to duplicate them. Don't do that. Okay. Right, so now that's going to be bumped out really a lot, and it's going to look really nice.